You know that you have to prepare well. And that's what they would have focused on all week, the PNG side, knowing that they got to better their performance of last weekend, and it starts in that opening 20 minutes. So this should be a beauty, Jimmy.
Look at these pictures. I mean, it's just sensational. It's a great celebration, and celebrating their culture. And it's amazing. We did a poll during the week on Seven's Rugby League World Cup social media accounts about the favourite moment from weekend one. And there's some great moments. Lebanon against France. By far, the winner was Rugby League in PNG, Brett.
They love it. They absolutely love it. They wake up probably today thinking, on this Sunday, we've got a game of football to go to. We get a celebration this weekend. We get to live it. I played the Kumuls once. It was the hardest game of football I've ever played. We flogged them as Australia versus PNG, but it was the hardest game of football I've ever played. I woke up so sore the next day. It was brutal.
I mean, it gives us a great insight. You were there, Loz, with the PM's 13. What's the trip like from the airport into the heart of Port Moresby?
Well, it's something you've just never experienced, because you arrive at the airport, there's tens of thousands of people there waiting for you. You jump on the bus, the streets are lined with people, and when you get to the hotel or you run into people, if you're walking to the training venue, they want to touch you because they want to feel as though you're real. To them, you're the hero. There's Meninga's running around up there. There'd be Thurston's running around up there. They name their kids after the superstars. It's amazing. And it's hard to describe unless you've been there.
Well, the moment has arrived, and everyone, this is going to be quite an atmosphere. The teams are coming onto the National Stadium. It's sold out. It's the Kumuls versus Ireland.
From the Kumuls, they made their World Cup debut here on this very patch last weekend. These opponents, though, the Irish, Matty Elliott, there's about 14 players in there with a lot of Super League experience under their belt. So very much a more experienced team, the Irish, than the Welsh last weekend.
Yeah, their average age just shy of 27, and there's guys out there that have played over 100 games. There's 9 guys there that have played 100 games at the top level in the Super League and the NRL. So it's a far bigger challenge for the Kumuls this week, and a game that I'm really looking forward to.
Evgeny, last week they carried, 4 hookers into the match. Baptiste, he was strong, wasn't he? And he comes into the starting lineup for the home team as both sides are getting ready, standing by for the national anthem. It's hard to describe the atmosphere here. Very, very intense. Let's cross down now for the national anthems of both sides.
Be standing for the national anthems of both Papua New Guinea and Ireland.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Absolutely chilling here. A big breeze blowing in, and let's have a look at that PNG team card again for you. Baptiste up front, so he's the only change that comes into the starting side, into the 17, in fact, from that win over Wales. And their captain again, David Mead, the fullback of course, with Brisbane Broncos. He had such a very big game last week, not just crossing for those 3 tries, Matty Elliott, but he was everywhere.
Yeah, his defensive play in the backfield outstanding, and his connection with the skipper, Arce Boas, on that right side was slick as you've ever seen.
If some player is near David Mead, you'd think that he will have an impact again here. So the Irish, as we say, they upset Italy in week 1. Not many people expected that. McIlorum, keep an eye on him, a very talented hooker for Wigan. He's played for England as well. But for them, one of their biggest players last week and probably most effective was Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. He started his career back in '06 at London Broncos or Harlequins, and he's a barnstorming front rower or back rower with St Helens.
Yeah, he played on the left side where they did a lot of damage to the Italian team last week, and I'm sure that he would have been in the game plan of the Kumuls.
Well, there's the Irish. They're forming their ring, the Wolfhounds, and I like their coach, the words that he had to say, Mark Aston. He said that he needed a bit of mongrel in the team, and I've got to tell you that the Wales coach, John Keir, after they were pummeled here last week, he said to me, Chris, I think the Irish can win this game against them. This man, Reece Martin, well, how effective was he last week, Matty? He scored 2 tries. He laid on one down the short side as well, but he's a very talented back rower from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he had an outstanding game, and quite ironically, he faces up against a teammate almost directly opposite in Michael Morgan. So that side of the park is an essential side, both in attack and defence for both teams, and I'm really looking forward to that clash.
Yes, well, they tell me he's a professional fisherman, is Reece Martin. He hails from Airlie Beach up there near Proserpine. And this man here, well, he scored an opening try last week as well. Yes, Liam Kay, he's quite a player. He's with the team in Canada.
The Toronto Wolfpack managed to get across the stripe 27 times in 21 games, and then continue to rack up tries last week with a couple again.
He's a handy player. Both these sides got off to very good starts early on last week. They'll be hoping to replicate that, you would think, here in Moresby this week. Matt Checken is the referee. And we are all in readiness for this Game 12 of the 2017 Rugby League World Cup. The wind, no sign of dropping. Ireland will kick off, and so here we go, ready to rock and roll. And here's Page with the very first hit up of the match. As we've pointed out, the Irish defending the southern end, but they have a very, very strong wind to their back. PNG elected to run into the wing. Oh, gee, there's a big shot. Ouch. Ouch indeed. Kyler Moore put a beauty on Stanton Albert. Keep an eye on this clearing kick when it comes, because it'll be into the teeth of a very strong wind. 40-metre line. You can see Baptiste gets it on then, and Albert with the kick. Well, there you go. That's what can happen when you've got this wind tearing into your face. And
have a look at this shot here. Crunch, 2 of them team up and absolutely ice. And Moore as he takes the ball into the line.
Well, Mark Aston, the Irish coach, did say, we don't fear anyone. Here's the other prop forward, Singleton. And they know that if they are going to topple the Kumuls, they're going to have to get down and dirty. McCarthy-Scarsbrook will be locking down the left edge. Into a Moore. Good opportunity early on for the Irish. Singleton long short ball to his front row partner Amor. That's exactly what they didn't want. They made a blue and conceded possession just when it looked like they were piling on some pressure. Steve Dawakanura is our man on the ground down on the sideline. That wind, Steve, it's still picking up.
Yes, since this afternoon, that wind started to freshen up, and you can really feel it around the Oil Search National Football Stadium. I tell you, a lot of energy on the field as well as in the grandstand. The Irish, the biggest difference between them and the Welsh team last week is their body language. They've come here with self-belief and a lot of confidence, and they're really taking it to the Kumuls from the initial hit-ups.
Well, they've compounded that error, thanks, Steve. Conceding possession, then giving a penalty away. So, gifting PNG a passage out of their own half. This is Martin, who had such a big game last weekend. As with this man, Luke Page, Burleigh Bears skipper in the Queensland Cup.
Good one.
Again, it's Stanton Albert, his brother Wellington on the bench. Short side, they've been rushed and forced into an error. And the ball dived on over there by Ed Chamberlain for Ireland. So both teams, Matty Elliott, a little rusty early on.
Yeah, 2 early errors from the Kumuls, and you compound that by having a strong wind against you. They're going to have to do better. Just watch this Irish left-hand attack.
Singled on the Finn, McCarthy Scarsbrook. Here's Michael Morgan trying to push away from one, and he goes very close to the touchline.
Hold, fellas, hold! Hold! Go 3.
McCarthy Scarsbrook, nowhere to go. Good hounding defence by the home side. Good defence.
Tackle, fellas, off the arm.
Aton it was down low. Here's Finn. Peperangi hands it on to his back row. And they keep the ball alive. Back infield, it's been allowed to bounce. There could be a try on coming. Oh, they've grounded it in the end, but that was very risky business by the home team.
On tackle 0. I've got no try. Just confirm it come off a hand and not the part of the body for a possible try.
Well, I think we saw that last week. A couple of balls were allowed to let bounce. I mean, you've got to take them on the full, particularly with this wind at the back of the Irish. And I guess they were just throwing everything they could there at the Kumuls' defence.
Well, they really tore their structure apart, choosing to run the ball on last play, and then we see the kick here from the winger, Shannon
on the
McDonald.
Inside. All right, so we've got 12, the 9, the 7. We'll just roll through on this, please, Gavin. Right, the kick is now in front of them, so all chasers are now onside. It's knocked on there by PNG. If we can just roll that back, mate, we need something a little bit tighter just to confirm that there is a knock on.
Well, has it even been grounded? We need to look at that as well.
Okay, we can see the ball has been... It's definitely been knocked on by PNG. We need to see whether PNG then ground the ball in their own in goal.
Well, I don't know that they
Can we
have
just have
grounded
that shot
that.
again, please, Gavin? Nice and slow. I want to confirm that it's off the knee of Ireland and that he doesn't knock the ball on. Thanks, mate. Yep, so it's knock on here from PNG. We need to slow that part down and make sure...
Well, there was no
Just need to
grounding.
make sure that it's not knocked on by the Ireland player. Right,
Well,
nice and
look
slow
at
here. Nice and slow. Pause it. No, we need to roll that back, mate.
The more
It's
I
not
look at
grounded by
this,
PNG. Right. Okay. Nice and slow as it hits. It comes off his leg. Hands aren't in contact with it. Right. Let's go through from here. So it's a rebound off his knee. It's not grounded by PNG, and it's then grounded by the Ireland player who was onside. We have a
this could be
decision.
given.
We're going to the board.
yes, I think it's going to be given after all that. It's taken a while to arrive at a decision. Unlucky for the Kumuls, they didn't ground the ball in their own in goal. And the opening try goes to the Irish. Their fullback, Scott Grix, and the Irish lead 4-0 with a kick to come. Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? If you're going to let a kick bounce, anything can happen. And unfortunately for the home team, it did. They just weren't there in numbers to ground the ball. And, well, the luck has shone on the Irish.
Well, you can't believe it. Shannon McDonald put that kick in with a wing behind him and somehow got it to Brooks.
So Liam Finn then looking to add the extra 2 to the try from Scott Griggs, his Wakefield teammate. Only 5 minutes into the match. And a very strong breeze behind him, no problem whatsoever. So Ireland, well, they take an early lead. 6 points to 0 they lead after 5 minutes of play here at Port Moresby. And not a whole lot looked to be happening. They had numbers on the right. A good offload there in the end by Oliver Roberts. They kept the ball alive, Matty Elliott. An adventurous sort of kick in field.
Well, again, from McDonald there, the guy at Camden Rands these days, and as we see the kick-off now.
One thing we have seen from PNG when they do concede points or make a mistake, they really do throw everything in defensively to the next set. Good shot there. They'll really be trying to make the Irish work out of their own end. Again, Liam Kay's going so close to the touchline. He's over, but
Careful.
a penalty to Ireland.
Locked him. He was on the ground.
A late tackle in the end, taking Kay over the western touchline. So this will certainly help Ireland get out of their own danger zone.
Well, we've seen a couple of times now PNG let Ireland off, and yeah, the ref had no choice there other than to penalise. Just pay attention to how often the Irish go down these short sides.
McCarthy Scarsbrook met by Marvin. That'll be a good battle throughout. Those two back rowers, both with number 11 on their backs. Singleton.
Release now, Willie, all the way, mate. Keep working.
At his 25th birthday last Sunday, with that win over Italy, his Finn.
Up now, fellas. Hold.
McAlorum goes for a little run, attracts the attention of the markers, tackled by Martin. This is the last then. Oh dear, short side they go, and George King, I don't think he's their specialist kicker, Matty Elliott, that is for sure.
Yeah, again, I think they were looking to run on last play there, and King got swamped down that short side. They're really loading up on that left-hand side, and we see these wingers start a set in absolutely dynamic style.
This is audio.
Ollie now. Keep coming. Come.
Booming match last week. In fact, the back five for PNG was so strong. Albert from Aton.
Release now. Hold, fellas, wait.
Boas to Mead. Quick hands, but no way through. For audio. A little bit unorganised, it looks on that play. Here's the last then for the Kummels. Middle of the ground. Arce Boas puts it high. Oh, well taken. Under pressure. And here's Morgan. Met well by Mead. Handy take that though by Griggs.
Outstanding take and deep press, and the physicality of this game is starting to elevate now.
You can see the hunger in this Kummels defence. Yes, they're big and strong in attack, but they don't mind getting dirty in defence. Kay wrapped up. This will be the last. We've got numbers. They choose to kick. Griggs gets his kick away. With a back spin on it. And Gary Lowe. Had quite a game last weekend. And I know for a fact that Ireland will be keeping a very close eye on him.
And if you look at the contest at the moment in physicality. It's just starting to even up as the Kumuls have a great carry into the line now. It's ruck speed that's going to have a huge impact in this game.
And that was Minoga with that good carry. This is Aton, dragged in that one-arm catch. Baptiste to Stanton Albert. So here it is, last tackle. Boas, he's missed the ball. He's missed the ball completely, Watson Boas. I think it might have even been an air swing. Again, the Kumuls unable to mount any serious pressure. Handy run. Roberts. Kicking early in the count might too be an option with this big wind at their back. Yet to see that. The King will play it. McAlorum from dummy half. A very handy kicking game. The chase not great though, and very low, he finds a hole, and that's exactly what he'll do to a jagged line. They have done their homework, they might want to polish up on him a bit.
Well, they've certainly chosen to kick down that side, the left-hand side of the Kumuls, to get low under the high ball. He had an unfortunate finish to the game last week, as we see not an unforced there. McDonald draws the penalty, giving the Kumuls some great field position.
Great Singleton, I think it was, with the hand on the ball. Michael Morgan in there as well. So they'll start this set 30 metres out from the Irish line. Martin.
Come, mate. Come on, Cole. Cole, mate. Go on.
Numbers piling up on the open side. Here's Page.
Off the arm. Come back. Come back. Good work, fellas. Hold. Go to.
Baptiste. Kandar, he's put it forward himself. And they've turned it over. But really scrappy stuff from the Kumuls. If you thought the nerves might get the better of Ireland, well, it looks like the home team have got a case of the nerves themselves.
Yeah, the fourth error from the Kumuls here. Baptiste trying to offload the ball. And again, in the same play, we see an error from the Irish team, but they'd already taken the advantage. And this gives the Kumuls the first real field position with 6 tackles up their sleeve, but they have been a little clunky to this point, no doubt about it. Is it the wind that's having an impact?
On the sideline, Steve Durakanura. What's the heat like down there, Steve? I know it's very windy. Temperature-wise, what's it like?
Well, temperature-wise, it's easy to say. It's dropped below the 30-degree mark, which is good for player comfort from on the part of the Irish. So it's the wind is still gusting, so kicks in general play are going to be critical for both sides this afternoon.
Here's Mead. Let's see what they can do here. The Kumuls.
Wait, hold, fellas. Go.
They're patchy in their opening couple of sets. Minoga. Scored that match-winning triumph for the Hunters in the Queensland Cup final.
2 in a row.
There's another penalty. Same offender, I think it is. Singleton. Albert lays the line. Here's Page. Back and picked off by the markers. Baptiste goes left, right, good ball, Carter Audio. He's put it back now for Gary Lowe. Gary Lowe tries to get away from a second and can't. Minoga goes very close. And they've fanned out deep to the western side. Boas inside ball, Albert. And here's another one. 3 in a row
Right in
now.
front of me, Kyle. Wait. Wait, whoa, whoa! I've not given you the mark, mate.
Matt Checkin just calling it back. Baptiste not taking the tap on the mark.
Well, Mark Aston's obviously got his edge defenders coming up and in hard. He's done his homework on this Kumuls team, but we haven't seen the ball shifted to this very effective right-hand side for a little bit.
Might be coming shortly. Here's Boas. Out it goes to McDonald. Gets away from Kay. Gets away from Singleton. Goes back centre field. McDonald, and eventually wrapped up in front of the uprights. Baptiste, here's Aton. Pushes away from Finn. Gets the ball out the back. Arce Boas steps away from Finn again, and McDonald's there to bring him. Morgan rather brings him down. Baptiste, Watson Boas. Picked up Minoga. Tapped on Ottio. Gary Lowe, can he get there? He can't, but good rushing. Still going low. Still going. Oh, he's unstoppable. Gary Lowe goes in to score. The Kumuls' first try of the afternoon. Well, he's like a jack in the box, this man, Gary Lowe. Rapidly becoming one of the crowd favourites here in Port Moresby. A storming game last weekend. They just couldn't contain him. He wouldn't say die, Gary Lowe, the Sheffield Eagle, and stretches out to score. Ireland leads 6 points to 4 with a kick to come. He's something special. This Gary Lowe, he's quite a player.
Absolutely. How dynamic is he? But it was on the back of 3 repeat sets, a penalty late given by Matt Chechin, and then they shift the ball over their left-hand side, but this time the up.
Well, the locals are absolutely loving this, and they are loving Gary Lowe. David Mead is laying down the orders. A bit scrappy in the opening 5 or 10 minutes in attack, but you can't beat speed and brute strength in this game. And this kick 10 metres in from the touchline, conversion attempt from Reece Martin to level things up into a very heavy breeze. You know, this man likes to take his time when lining up his shots. Close, but not close enough. Just bouncing off the near upright. The score remains Ireland 6, Papua New Guinea 4.
There's a lovely tap on there from Ottio, and have a look at this. You talked about strength and speed. What about low centre of gravity? He is an absolute handful. What a magnificent try.
As we said, they had done their homework, and he was one of the men that they knew they needed to stop, as well as the likes of Justin Olam, the other winger, and that man Nene McDonald. Here's Page again. Gary Lowe equaled Billy Slater with the most tackle busts from the opening round of games in this year's World Cup. The decision. Here's another break. Minoga this time. He's got support on his left shoulder. He chooses not to give it to Ottio, and Ottio would have been away. Here's Lowe. If Minoga could have his time again, I'm sure he'd wish he'd passed that ball. Boas then. Oh, Ireland spent the ball. We didn't see these errors in the opening 20 minutes or so last week. But Willie Minoga, he put his body through the line and chose not to give that ball, and had he have done so, I reckon Kato Ottio would have possibly gone in to score, but There's the spilt pill there, and again, they're giving over possession.
Yeah, Chris, one of the things you can chew down on as a coach is forced errors, but 5 errors and most of them unforced.
Well, a bit of uncertainty by everyone at that scrum, but goes in by Green and comes out with the green. And a penalty against the Kumuls. Offside. Liam Finn then finding touch. 30 out from PNG line. Again, if Gallard is joining us, the Kumuls won the toss. They elected to run into this. Well, it's not a gale, but it's a very strong southerly behind Ireland. Here's McCarthy Scarsbrook. Michael Morgan into space almost, and the Kumuls come to close things down. Short side now. This is McCarthy's out there. Tyrone McCarthy. Finder Singleton. Chopped down by Baptiste. Out the back then, Peferangi hands on. Now it's with Griggs. He gets the ball on to Chamberlain. Chamberlain flicks one out the back for his winner. But Garrillo's over there. He's the security guard on the eastern touchline. And bundled into touch. So no way through on that occasion for the Irish.
Well, Griggs has been very effective in the last game of doing that in and away and giving his wingers space. If you have a look at here, flicks the ball out, but McDonald, he just gets eaten alive. Chomp.
Both teams taking their
Second scrum. That's good. Lock up in, please.
Ireland already using a couple of interchanges early on. PNG yet to send any reinforcements in, so I guess the decision to run into this big wind after winning the toss would, I guess, Mattiello. Here's a break by Page. He won't have the legs though, and chopped down in the end by the fullback.
Well, the late footwork of the Kumuls forwards have really created some problems, and they've got some bus on the back of it. Can they get to the back end of a set this time?
Here's another good run. Luke Page coming off after that run downfield. On goes Enoch Markey, the biggest player in the Kumuls lineup. And here's Wellington Albert. He's out there as well now. Marseille Barnes, he puts it high. Chase is good. The try goes begging. Reece Martin unable to handle. The Kumuls almost in for their second.
If we get a look at this again, you'll see McDonald as he leaps over the Irish fullback Griggs. He just needed to hang on to it himself. I think he would have almost fell across the line. Tries to offload the ball to Martin, and yet another error on an early play from the Kumuls.
He got some air, didn't he, Nene? It was Ben Simmons-esque. Here, there was almost another drop ball from Ireland. Off his line very quickly, Kato Ottio.
Go two. Release now, let go.
Being wrapped up there by his opposite number, Watson Barnes. Not making easy yards, are they? James Hassan out there, former Manly player. Finn under pressure, gets the kick in. It bounces over the head with the help of some wind. He's a powerful runner, but ball security nowhere to be seen on that occasion. We've got a player down in the background as well, signalling to the referee to stop play, and now Matt Cecchin has seen that.
Number 3, time out, boys, time out, time out. Number 3 has got the ball. Tackle 2.
Just trying to work out It is Wellington Albert. Wellington Albert down, receiving some attention.
What about this carry from Holland? And I think Shannon McDonald must have called for this ball because he hit him straight on the chest. It was a beautiful pass, just to the wrong person. And again, PNG let Ireland off the hook. And the Irish at the moment are looking rattled. There's no doubt about it. I'm not sure whether it's the weather or the physicality and the footwork that the Kumuls are putting on.
He's a tough character, Wellington Albert. He's back on his feet. And look at that, 5 line breaks to 0. And that's exactly what they did to Wales last week. But their attack probably looking a little more rusty this week. Mind you, they didn't have this gale in their face last week. Here's Singleton. He's dropped the ball. He's given away a couple of penalties. So it's been a mixed opening, hasn't it, for the Irish prop, Brad Singleton. As I say, he celebrated his 25th birthday last weekend in Cairns. But he too, a bit rusty early on here in Moresby.
Yeah, I guess that humidity can make the ball a little slippery, and you need to be prepared for that. But great contact there from the Kumuls.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to see them working in the middle of the park. And let's see where David Mead slots into this attacking set.
I'll be like block. I'll give you the out call. Wait for it. Out. Cut.
Standing outside the scrum, the second rower. Hungry defence. Markey. It's a big lump, isn't he? 8 on a dummy half. Away to Watson Boas. Here's half a break. Keiko Othio looks like he's doing the hurdles. And he'll be brought down. Short side now. Here's Lowe. Lowe pushing away for 2 and 3. Way through for Enoch Markey. 8 on dummy half. Watson Boas, the brother Arce, dummies inside, looking for a hole. Can't get the ball away now. He does. Nene McDonald's got one to beat. Oh, gets inside Liam Kay. And Nene McDonald goes in for a 4-pointer. Beautiful stuff from the Kumuls. They made the numbers on the western side of the ground. Creative with the ball. And in they go to score again. PNG lead the Irish 8 points to 6 as we look at it again. Nene McDonald, speed and strength and height to boot.
Well, in that set, you talked about line breaks, where you saw line breaks 6 and 7 this set.
Well, things getting a little bit heated down there, but you can just see what they do, and a lot of this play is coming from the build-up work, the likes of Gary Lowe. He's just proving almost unstoppable. And just such a physical not an overly, well, I say not an overly difficult conversion attempt, but I'll correct myself. I'll say it again. I think it's a very difficult attempt here with this wind blowing in his face. He'll need to aim it, I'd say, about 10 metres inside the near upright. But he'll need to get something on it.
Well, he's certainly got plenty of contact on the ball. We were hearing it from the sideline last week, so I don't think the distance is going to be an issue for him. As you say, can he get it straight? Just about to find out.
Well, looked all right off the boot, but there's that Southerly just blowing it around. So the score remains Papua New Guinea 8, leading Ireland 6. Some nice inside balls from the Boas brothers. Quick little dummy, and still with a bit of work to do. Then a right foot step, getting right around Liam Kay. And over he goes for the 4-pointer.
Yeah, no need to flick that pass on. This time he backs himself, gets across the stripe, and that physical dominance starting to show on the scoreboard now.
It's difficult. There is Martin taking that kickoff. I was just going to say, it's difficult kicking the ball off with this big rim and preventing it from going dead. But touching on that decision by the Pummels captain David Mead to run into the wind first half, I imagine Matty is just banking on the fact that maybe the fuel gauge might be running on low at the back end of the match, and that's when the Irish will have the wind into their face.
Well, what they need to do is take advantage of the ascendancy that they have at the moment. If I was Mark Aston, I'd be pretty happy with the scoreline. James Seguiaro on the park now, and he ran amok this time last week.
Here's Olam. Brought down by Finn. What's happened there?
Error number 8 for the Kumuls. So again, we're seeing them start to really dominate, but they just keep giving the ball back to the Irish when at critical times. So can they take advantage of it this time?
He's made a couple of mistakes, hasn't he? Justin Olam, of course, he's yet to make his debut with Melbourne Storm, but I reckon it's only a matter of time. Played with the Sunshine Coast this year, Olam, in the Queensland Cup.
You've not seen the Storm wingers? Where are you going to play him?
Maybe if there's an injury.
Mind you, he's probably big enough to slot into the back row as well. And I talked to Michael Mara about having an outside back on the bench, and that's why is that he can see these guys pushing into the back row.
Yeah, Chris and Matty, from the sideline, that the grounds lights have actually been switched on, so there's overcast conditions, the clouds starting to drag over the All Search National Football Stadium. Of course, the lights to come on, so the Kumuls phase 1, they got past the nitty-gritty in-your-face kind of rugby. They've just got to be patient, and they'll get across the line. The Irish, they've still got energy in their fuel tanks.
Thanks, Stevie. I've got to say, last thing I thought we'd see is the lights come on here at the National Football Stadium. 26 missed tackles. Can you believe that? Well, I guess the pictures don't lie. 26 missed tackles by the Irish. This is Mulali with the ball. He was very strong last week in the win over Italy. Hassan.
Come, fellas, come!
Super League grand final winner this year with Leeds, Mulali. Still only 2 points in it. The Pummels 8. Ireland 6. Here's a good strong run. Philbin, but unable to control. It's been stripped.
2 in the tackle, mate. Let the ball go, thank you.
Chicken explaining that, 2 in the tackle. So here's a good chance for Ireland to maybe put their nose in front. Mulali.
Right out, fellas, up now, let's go. Hold the line, go.
Dummy half run.
Let's go, up the arm, let go of the ball, Reece.
No way through from McCarthy. Here's Philbin. Good eager defence by the Kumuls. Mulali trying to spin out of one, but brought down by Albert. Finn. Looping, cut out ball to Kane, and Kane can't handle it. Under the weight of the Kumuls defence as well. And the ball has been knocked on. So the pressure again off PNG. They'll have the loosened feed.
Well, last week, the left-hand side of the Irish was slick. I think they scored 4 or 5 tries down here. But that time, Liam Finn just throws a loopy pass over the top there, and there's nothing that Liam Kay can do to grab hold of that. He's under immense pressure at the same time. So the Irish, again, not taking advantage of the field position that they've had in this last little moment.
There was a huge sigh of despair when Nene McDonald rushed up in defence and left the wing open, but thankfully Justin Molam was there to cover, so the backs needed to keep focused on this one.
Seguiaro, dummy half.
Ollie out! Off the arm, fellas!
in the Kummels camp. Drops that big right shoulder. Chest of Oliver Roberts. Through for Albert. Solid defence by McCarthy Scarsbrook. This is the last then, and Seguiaro gets weak to ball. Long ball centre field. Could be a little risky in these windy conditions.
Surrender! Stand now, boys.
There's a good run. With an offload. McCarthy Scarsbrook, and he's driven into the ground, but he gets it off the back to Finn. Finn finds Philbin. Wrapped up by Marseille Boas and Reece Martin. Hassan.
Come back! Hold, fellas, hold.
Mullally.
Just looking at this, Chris, the individual effort from the Irish and intense, great, but there's no support because the players in the backfield are completely spent. So the individual carrier, fantastic. High ball been caught there, but the support play, not so good.
Good chase there by McCarthy Scarsbrook. No room whatsoever for Olam to move.
First touch of the ball from Stargo Damian on debut today. A lot of faith in him. Has Michael Maroon. Let's see what he can turn on. He's been wanting to prove himself in the red, black and golds for a very long time.
Yes, the Hunters fullback, Stargroth Armian. Heady name, isn't it? He says he's named after a Spanish film star. Stargroth Armian. I'm not sure about that, but it's a handy name.
It's a mouthful.
So 8 points to 6. Here's a good run. McDonald arm free.
Up now, Dad! Liam, good word, mate.
Wellington always takes at least 2 or 3 to bring him to rest. The Irish up quick off the line. Seguiaro to Boas. They put another one down. And I guess put that down to the rushing Irish defence.
Let's go!
Yeah, it's been a strategy, particularly over on that right-hand side. This time, the skipper, David Mead, comes up with an error. Just starting to see now that I thought the Kummels had gone into a really conservative patch to get those errors out of their game, but they've notched up number 9 there, and again giving the Irish an opportunity that they perhaps don't deserve.
Teferangi out of one, and he's put it down. So just not building any pressure here. Given some opportunities with the ball, the Irish, but unable to build that pressure.
And I'm being slightly critical of the PNG coming up with 9 errors, while the Irish are trying to catch up at the moment with 6. So the fluency in the last 20 minutes of this game has not been fantastic, albeit that the Kummels are certainly creating opportunity. The Irish, again, just coming up with an error very early in their set.
Seconds lock, hop in, nice and tight.
They've been dominant, haven't they? They have been the dominant side, but let's keep in mind, look at that scoreboard. It's still only 8-6 in favour of the home side, but the line breaks, they are well ahead. Well ahead on that factor in the game. Here's Olam then. He's had a couple of errors in his game in the first half. Again, proving difficult to bring down. Martin not stamped his authority on this match like he did last week yet. Seguiaro beats one. Liam Kay brings him down.
Watch your kicker, boys. Watch, hold.
There we go, left or right. Seguiaro goes left, Watson Boas puts the kick in. The weight is good. Oh, good defence by Ireland. and throwing the ball over the dead ball line, Shannon McDonald. Good attack, good defence on that occasion by both teams. So a goal line dropout, but I can just see a couple of those Irish forwards, some on their backsides, others hunched over. And all these conditions, yes, it's windy, but still pretty hot down there. As we wait for this goal line dropout. They'll do well here, I think, Ireland, to hold out this Krummels attack. It was a well-weighted kick, wasn't it, by Boas, and very good defence in the end by Shannon McDonald.
I think that's what Michael Murray would have been hoping for a lot more after getting that ascendancy, is to get some repeat sets, because that's when the points really come. Oh my goodness, Arse Boas lets this go, and the dropout has gone 85 metres. So that has certainly taken away a little bit of the advantage.
Oh dear. Risky ball to give David Mead. So they'll start this set 70 metres out from the Irish line.
I think the clunky nature of the Krummels players also taken the crowd out of the equation, but now we get an offload and the crowd come alive.
Yeah, off it was with that offload and losing his footing there. There's Boas. Seguiaro spots half a hole, gets an offload away. It's come off the boot and then knocked on, I fancy, by Ireland. I think that came off the boot of Enoch Markey.
Sanjay come off the foot.
Yeah. Exactly right. That's what Matt Chekin is confirming. So Seguiaro with that offload. Markey put boot to ball and unable to handle there the Irish fullback.
Yeah, but yet again, Seguiaro, that was a pass that didn't need to be made. If he got a quick play of the ball after that half a break that he made, that's when the Krummels can take advantage. Again, they dodge a bullet there, get possession back 25 metres out. Surely this time we're going to see a back end of the set, either points or ball and goal.
And just over a minute until half-time, and they still only lead 8 points to 6, 2 tries to 1. The Krummels over the Irish, but they have been so dominant. The scoreboard at this point in time not reflecting that. Heavily stacked open side. Arse Boas dummies to no one, gives it to brother Watson. Out the back it goes, David Mead. He's trying to get out of the tackle over there. I think it's Chamberlain. It's Peferangi. Boas to Markey. Oh, he's a good shot in there by Philbin. Seguiaro, the kick is good. Oh, and again, coming to the rescue, Scott Grix. It'll be another goal line dropout for Ireland.
With 15 seconds to go, Grix has definitely done the right thing there, so that'll get them to half-time. 2 points behind. Both teams have some critical chats to have during that period to get things right.
Well, they won't even have time for the goal line dropout as the referee Matt Chekin blows time off for the first half. Pretty scratchy opening period for both sides, but it must be said that Papua New Guinea are the dominant side. They lead Ireland 8 points to 6.
Next Tuesday night, Ovechkin's Washington clash with Buffalo. Wednesday night sees Minnesota at Toronto. And Thursday at midnight, McDavid's Oilers collide with New Jersey. Live NHL on Premier Sports.
Gareth and Julie, Winston Wolfe. You're looking to insure your house through a price comparison site?
Okay, Todd.
Look, if you think you'll only find the best home insurance deal there, then lots of luck.
Coffee, Mr. Wolf. Lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Oh, thanks, Morag. I'll see you crazy kids around.
Okay, dear Mr. and Mrs. Moore and family, enclosed are the results of your Marmite gene test. These show whether you were born a lover or a hater. You ready?
Yeah.
Get in, all lovers. I knew it.
Hate it! I hate it!
He's never even tried it.
Hi, howdy, hi. Well, everyone is minus, you could call me multiply. Just so you know, yes, I'm that guy. You could give 5 fingers and I'm not waving high. Yes, I'm never ending, you could call me pie. But really, how long till the world realize? Yes, I'm the best. What you heard, anything less is obviously absurd. Yep, you know that I go. This is me on the regular, so you know.
Go online to beat hair boredom with allthingshair.com. Grab VO5, Tony and Guy and Tresemme styling products, now 3 for 2 at Boots.
After a long day, you would love nothing more than putting up your legs. Unlike your normal tights, Scholl Light Legs Fibre Firm Compression Technology helps to improve circulation in your legs, making them feel light and look great all day long. Get your pair today and see for yourself why 8 out of 10 women recommend.
OK, honey, you play with your monkey while I get your brother cleaned up.
Uh-oh. Monkey's swimming.
Irreplaceable monkey protection. Detergent alone doesn't kill all bacteria, but adding Dettol laundry cleanser kills 99.9% of bacteria, even at 30 degrees. Dettol, what it takes to protect.
More Rugby League World Cup games this Sunday.
We're about to get underway.
Italy versus USA.
Shipway, what a try!
Papua New Guinea versus Ireland.
Brings it down in the corner.
And Wales face another tough task as they take on Fiji.
Ngama, bang, he's over.
Watch every Rugby League World Cup game on Premier Sport.
Oak Plus half-time, and welcome back, everyone. The first set, and there were some big hits early on. We knew it was going to be tough. This is ferocious. What a start. And it is the Krummels leading 8 points to 6 against the Irish. Tell you what, guys, we knew it was going to be entertaining, and it is super tight on the scoreboard. We're in for a big second half.
Yeah, we certainly are. A lot of errors in the opening 40 minutes, but the atmosphere at the ground, you could really tell that the players were feeding off the energy off the crowd, and I think they looked a little bit anxious at times, in particular PNG. They made plenty of line breaks, but they just need to control the ball a little bit better.
I just need to calm down a little bit, don't they? The excitement of the stadium, the atmosphere, they're expected to win. It looks like they're trying to score on every tackle of every set of the game, so the halftime talk will be relax.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Telstra first half highlights. Loz?
Yeah, look, I think that, Ireland certainly got on the board first, and they play some terrific football when they control the ball. Their structures are fine. They've just got to stick to the process. They had a big breeze behind them in that first 40 minutes. So to be 2 points behind at half-time, that would be of concern to the Irish. But they got away to a terrific start. They kept the ball alive on fifth tackle. They ran it. PNG are certainly putting them under huge amounts of pressure with the ball. They just haven't spent a great deal of time down here, PNG, have they, Noddy?
No, well, they keep relieving the pressure, don't they? Because they keep forcing passes. They keep trying to come up with that miracle play. the physicality of the PNG side, they look like they've got the Irish team blown apart. They've been courageous, and they keep turning up, they keep defending, but I think if PNG are able to hold the football, there'll be a lot of points come in the second half in their favour.
Yeah, I think that's the key to the PNG side, is to be able to control possession. They're creating a lot of chances, but that last pass is just going astray. And, McDonald there, he could have scored himself, but, went for the fancy play, throwing it back to his teammate. But if they control the ball in the second half, they could go on and win this game. But having said that, Ireland are hanging in, and you know that they will hang in because they showed it last week.
Well, it was an entertaining first half, and you're right. I mean, the atmosphere is just absolutely electric. It sets it up for the second 40 minutes with the Kumuls. Let's go through the half-time stats, Lots.
Yeah, look, the possession was certainly in the Papua New Guinea's favour. 61% of possession. Look, the completion rate, not good enough at this level. But you look at the line breaks, 8-0. So the Irish haven't really done a lot with the ball. PNG creating chances, they're just not finishing them off. Penalties are a little bit even. You look at the error count. The only thing that's keeping Ireland in this game is the fact that New Guinea are making too many errors. If they handle the ball, control the sets, if they can get their completion rate up to 75-80% in the second half, they'll be difficult to stop.
Brett, what's the message in the sheds from both coaches?
No, I think for the PNG side, it'll be certainly about completion rate. They're running hard. They've made 28 missed tackles for the opposition, so they're breaking through them. They're making all that momentum, but it's control. I think they've got to think the points will come the last 20 minutes. They don't have to score and win the game the first 20 minutes of the second half. And I think for Ireland, it'll be, don't drop the ball. Don't let the PNG side use that win. We've got to play field position. We've got to starve them of getting that excitement type of thing, and just play a really controlled attacking, completing game, kicking game, and just hope again that they can score first the second half and get that bit of confidence for themselves.
If you're in charge of Ireland, you're taking the crowd out of the equation and the excitement out of the team. So by finding touch, walking to scrums, try to slow it right down and try to make the New Guinea side become frustrated. It looks as though Ireland at the moment are trying to play set for set. If they do that, they won't be able to go with them. So find ways to slow it down, control the pace of the game. That's the key for Ireland.
Let's go to our McDonald's champion of play. I like Gary Lowe. He's exciting. He's been terrific for Sheffield. He's poised to join Castleford next year. I'll tell you what, he had a terrific first half.
He had a wonderful first half, and you know why the crowd gets excited, because every time he touches the ball, something great happens. Like he beats a defender. He had no right to score this try. He beat about 7 to score this try. He made a great line break. He did pass the ball to the wrong coloured jersey, but we'll accept that and look for him in the second half again.
Loz, he's an excitement machine, isn't he? He's great to watch.
He'd make it in the NRL, no doubt about it. I know he signed in the English Super League, but I'd love to see Gary Lowe in the NRL, as I would with a lot of other players from that PNG side. They're exciting talents, and when they carry the ball, it takes 2 or 3 people to stop them, and it takes a lot out of your defensive line when you've got big man after big man charging into you.
Yeah. Telstra customers could be in the crowd to see the world's best play with 20% off tickets to all Rugby League World Cup games in Australia with Telstra Thanks. Plus, every ticket purchase goes in the draw to win one of 8 trips to the final, plus a new Telstra TV. Just simply go to telstra.com/sport for more details. Just a reminder, everyone, about the 7 Live app. And, there's a huge game happening, or a big game, for Italy in particular, because they're still in the hunt. Italy versus the USA. You can watch that on the free 7 Live app. It's coming your way from Townsville. And we'll have a replay of that match in full, 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time on 7 May. We're in for a big second 40 minutes from Port Moresby. It's the Kumuls leading Ireland by 8 points to 6.
Next Sunday night, NASCAR's best fight for the final chance to compete at Homestead.
Will advance to the championship 4 in Miami.
I've got chills in my spine. That was amazing.
Coming out of 4, Logano wins at Phoenix.
Find out who'll make the cut next Sunday on Premier Sports.
As a coping strategy, I blend kale with essence of Jupiter. For past life stress, pine nuts. But for sanity, I keep it tea.
Howdy, hi. Well, everyone is minus, you could call me multiply. Just so you know, yes, I'm that guy. Yes, I'm never ending, you could call me pie. But really, how long till the world realize? Yes, I'm the best. What you heard, anything less is obviously absurd. Yes, you know that I go This is
Go online to beat hair boredom with allthingshair.com.
Sore throat keeping you awake?
Yes, and I need a good night's sleep.
Take Strepsils. It relieves pain, fights the infection and soothes your throat. It helps put your sore throat pain to sleep.
Dennis has a cold. If he'd taken a dose of paracetamol, he may only have saved a few cats. Thankfully, he took Nurofen Cold and Flu Relief, which lasts longer.
When Sam came down with a burning fever, I gave him some Nurofen for Children, which provides fever relief for up to 8 hours. So we all ended up having a good night's sleep. Sort of. Nurofen for Children tackles fever quickly and lasts up to 8 hours. So they can get a full night's sleep. And so can you.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott, back to tell you about Cillit Bang's new formula. It's absolutely bangtastic. Look how it works on lime scale. Wow, that's shine-tastic. Bathtub, that's too easy. Uh-oh, look at that grime. God. Let's take on this rusty toolbox. Wow-wee! Cillit Bang's new formula. Bang, and the dirt is gone.
Buenos dias.
If you're looking for a great deal on superfast fibre broadband, PlusNet can help you out.
Keep the whole family happy with unlimited fibre broadband and line rental from one simple price of just $24.99 a month for 12 months.
Wi-Fi code.
Superfast unlimited fibre broadband and line rental from $24.99 a month for 12 months.
Eat my dust, suckers.
Hurry, offer ends 14th of November. Call 0800 028 8888 now. PlusNet will do you proud.
Scott, it's not what it looks like.
You were gonna eat him without me, weren't you?
Now the biting makes sense.
Psst, Scott's home early.
3 more Rugby League World Cup games this Sunday.
We're about to get underway.
Italy versus USA.
Shipway, what a try!
Papua New Guinea versus Ireland.
France are down in the corner.
And Wales face another tough task as they take on Fiji.
He's over.
Watch every Rugby League World Cup game on Premier Sport.
On the first Tuesday in November, the nation stops for only one reason. It's Australia's greatest race. The Melbourne Cup is the holy grail for the racing world here and internationally. Who will enter the history books this year? Live and free on the screens of 7.
Can't wait to be there on Tuesday at fabulous Flemington, the running of the Emirates Melbourne Cup. Right now, though, we're getting set for a big second half. The Kumuls are leading Ireland by 8 points to 6. Let's go back to our commentators.
They're back. With their kicking game, they don't want to be doing, I guess, is putting too much weight on the ball and giving Ireland too many restarts, sets of 6 from the 20.
Time you're on, fellas.
David Mead about to get things underway for the second period. They're ready to go. And here's Hassan then.
Up now, Royce.
Hold, carry.
Hold.
Malali. Good driving defence by PNG.
Hold, James, hold. Reese off the ball. Hold, fellas, wait. Wait, go through.
Filled with a pretty scratchy play the ball. Malali again. And
up now, Reese.
he's hit by Wellington Albert. McCarthy with a mix-up at dummy half. Bear hugged by a couple of the big Kumuls forwards.
Last tackle, last.
Been under pressure from Seguiaro. He tears into this Irish defensive line.
Hold! Go one.
He's met too by Roberts there that tees off on him, but we see these early plays again from the Kumuls being very, very critical in getting their sets off to a good start as we see the Spanish film star get out of dummy half.
Star Grothamian. Seguiaro, flat pass. Almost a shade forward to Olin. Markey juggles. Where will they go? Barras. I don't think Gary Lowe has grounded it. If he has, he's a magician.
Bernie on tackle 6. Got 2 things to check, mate. Got no try, possible obstruction, ran behind before he kicked, and then grounding, please, mate.
Well, plenty of things to keep the video referee busy. Grounding, offside, and possible obstruction. Surely he was moving at such a speed he couldn't possibly have grounded that before the dead ball line.
Okay, you keep going through, mate. Okay, there's no obstruction there. And we'll go through to grounding here, please, mate. All right, just something nice and slow on that.
I think it's about a foot too long.
Something from side on might show us, mate. I think his foot might be on the dead ball line here. Go slow, go slow. Going to pause it, mate. Takes possession. Mate, I need you to go frame by frame on that, please, Gavin.
Well, it is inside the dead ball line, but...
All right, we're going to go frame by frame after he takes possession. Want to see if his foot's on the dead ball line. And it's in contact with the dead ball line there. Have a decision going to the board.
Yeah, so Lowe's left foot is on the dead ball line, so even if the grounding was okay, it's deemed to have gone dead. But it was exciting.
Well, I was like you. I thought he was miles dead, but he only just got it down the try line, and there we see the no try comes up. 20-metre 7-tackle set for the Irish here. Michael Mara's message pretty clear at half-time. Just hang on to the ball.
And this wind down on the sideline again, Steve, it seems to be picking up again.
Actually, at ground level, it's actually dropping down, Chris. It's actually dropped down on the sideline. It's quite cool now, so player comfort will be at all-time high for an international match here at the Old Search National Football Stadium. So it's pretty good going. The boys just have to knuckle down in the Irish camp. Mark Gaston's just made it very simple for his boys, just to believe in what they do. Just to believe in what they do. That was his goal.
Certainly hasn't dropped the wind up here in the grandstand, I can assure you. Our notes being blown around. It might have been a forward pass to McCarthy Scarsbrook earlier in this set, which the Irish got away with.
Come back, Reece, all the way, mate.
Mullally to play. Finn de Grix. Morgan. Player down in the background. Last tackle. Finn held with the ball. Being intercepted by Nene McDonald, and he's knocked on. So this will be an Irish feed.
Calm down, mate. Calm down. Hey, calm down. Knock on PNG, you've got the feed.
Is he talking to you or me?
He's not talking to me. I think he's telling the boys just to take a chill pill. It's fortuitous for the Irish there. I'm pretty sure they'll get the scrub feed. There's that in the back down Grix, I think.
Yeah, he got hit just as he passed the ball, I think, and he's just searching for his ribs, I think, at the moment. So if he gets to his feet, he'll know that he's on the planet.
Yeah, well, that seemed to be okay, I thought, on Finn. And Grix just hitting the turf pretty heavily. I don't think there's anything illegal in any of that. You say he's looking for his ribs. He's got a couple of spare ones, I think. Well, they're getting their money's worth, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got
a sellout crowd, exactly the same as last week. 14,800, and you can't squeeze any more in.
That's a very accurate count, mate. Are you involved in that as well?
We pay attention to detail here in Port Moresby. Particularly, we've got to get the bean counters, they've got to get the numbers right for the funds to throw through to the Rugby League World Cup. I know you got a few freebies for your mates, so those tickets weren't all paid for, but they're thoroughly enjoying this Rugby League World Cup here in Port Moresby. Yes, they've got a distinct advantage being a home nation and all 3 pool matches at home, but everywhere you go, on the streets, they're all talking about it. And that's what a World Cup is all about. Oh, Philbin's put it down under the tackle from Boas on the first tackle. So a scrum will be packed. There'll be a loosened feed to the Kumuls on their own 30.
I'm just wondering whether we're using the normal balls here or we got cakes of soap, because we're just seeing so much of this today. Like, great contact there, but you know, that's fundamental skill that you've got to hang on to the ball there. And again, the error compounded by another error. So we haven't really lit the crowd up. So I'm really hoping for these next 37 minutes or 36 minutes we see some really open and exciting footy for these people that have shown up here today.
Just 3 tries scored. Scott Brits opened the scoring for Wales, but Ireland rather. Barry Lowe and Rene McDonald scoring the 2 tries for the home team. Markey by Mullally and company with Philbin. Flat pass, good shot.
Release Anthony!
Albert. They like him. Played for the penalty, Wellington, I thought, and got it.
Just a little nuance to share is that with Stargroth coming on, he's gone into left centre. Well, have a look at this hit here. Whoa.
He didn't miss, did he, Kyler Moore?
Nice contact, and as we just go on with it here, I mean, he was probably trying to get to his feet a little quickly there, Albert, but again, Matt Cheshin left with no decision to make other than to award the penalty there. I was just saying Ottio's moved to back row there, so we weren't sure what that outside back was going to do for PNG on the bench, and there's the
Come on, fellas.
The movement they've made in their team.
Ottio into the back row. And he'll be the fastest back row in the history of the game, as his back row partner, Reece Martin, plays the ball. There's Wellington, Albert. His legs pumping. Minoga lining up for it. Here he is. Pressing on.
Release Anthony! Hold the line! Hold the line!
Wellington Albert carrying an injury. Boas, Watson. Picked up by Robertson for Moore. Still no way through. This is the last then. Seguiaro does well to get the ball away. The kick is there and well taken in the end by Shannon McDonald, but he's been pushed into the end goal. Urgent defence by the Kumuls. Yes, they're exciting in attack, but plenty of energy in defence, and they forced themselves a goal line dropout.
And as you pointed out, Wellington Albert in all sorts of trouble, and he's being replaced by Luke Page right now, mate. So again, a change to the Kumuls team as they get some ideal field position.
You can just see him down there being assisted over that near touchline. Here he is, Wellington Albert, and I don't know if it's an ankle or a knee, but that certainly is a blow for the Kumuls. Played a big role last week against Wales. There was also that player placed on the court. Look at that dropout. It's being curled back by the wind. And it's gone into touch. Now, Liam Kay is down injured, but they've done well here, Ireland, from that dropout. Struggling into the wind. Running straight into Reece Martin. It's come off the Kumuls player into touch. So they'll have the loosened feed here, Ireland, after that mistake. Just when they thought that another wave of attack would be coming against them. It's Liam Kay getting some attention. Looks like it'd be a right shoulder or AC joint.
Yeah, some heavy contact there in competing for that ball, but that's probably the strongest indication of how gusty it is here today. I think I'm My Devon patch has got slightly bigger as well, mate, as this wind up here is certainly going nuts.
Just to translate, the Devon patch, that's the bald spot. For those of us with hands, it's McCarthy Scarsbrook.
Come on, mate, I've got feelings.
Wait.
Still 8-6, though. Very much still in this match, the Wolfhounds. McCarthy stealing 5 or 10. And a handful of games with St George, Illawarra. The more will play. Finn the Brooks. Michael Morgan. Good defence by Martin, and he's undone that good work. Giving a penalty away. So taking the 2 from here would be very difficult into this win. In fact, I think it'd be near impossible.
Well, don't you love a last play penalty? And here, the Irish get an opportunity to put on one of their set plays. They'll work to the middle of the field, and will they go back to that ever-present left side of theirs?
Here's Mullally. McAlorum looking for something. McAlorum goes close. Desperate tackle made there by Mead. The Moore. McAlorum, Mullally, flicked out the back of Moore. No way through. Going the short side. Finn, flat ball almost forward to Morgan. Last tackle. Brooks. Kick in. Waits good. Lowers back there. Fends away the back line. And Gary Lowe gets out of his own in goal. And then some. Gee, that's a good run.
What about that? That's a crucial play too, because that would have been their 3rd set in a row. Gary Lowe comes up with a massive play for the Criminals.
Every time he gets the ball, Gary Lowe, he gets the crowd on its feet. It's Page. Seguiaro from dummy half. It's ricocheted off an Ireland player that puts the PNG players on side, and Hay does well. Brooks will play it. That's the halfway line, you can see.
Quite ironically here today, Chris, the team running into the win has dominated field possession, so certainly have to address that. You mentioned it, the early kick from the Pummels might be their best strategy.
This could be a penalty. It will be. He's laying in the run.
Unlucky, mate. You got called it. Just wait. Don't kick it in.
Watson Boas, the offender, and to be fair, he's shaking his head, so he looked to be carrying an injury, but he's taking his place back in the defensive line, albeit on the wing. Here's Roberts. This will test the Cummels here. Singleton. McAlorum to Finn. Flat pass away. No good. They couldn't handle it. And so good solid defence from PNG has forced the mistake, and they'll get the loosened feet on their own 10.
Again, nice structure and defence there. Even if the player went through there, I have a feeling they might have came back for an obstruction. Now, PNG putting themselves under all sorts of pressure here, and Ireland certainly taking advantage of it, but just can't execute on those critical plays when the pass needs to hit the mark.
So looking at those interchanges, both sides have used 6. So 4 of 10 remaining for both sides. And we're only 11 and a half minutes into the second half. Still 8-6 the score. And you'd have to say still they are the dominant side, but unable to turn that
You lock him in, go on.
into points, PNG. Still with a very strong wind at their back. They're good meters there. Appreciated too by the crowd. Seguiaro, Ottio.
Kick him, Ollie. Ollie Hold goes through.
So have a look at that possession rate in the second half, and then we see there 63% to the Irish. That explains the field position as we see Harris.
Passes through. Sorry, mate. He gives the ball to McDonald. And it's been flicked back in field. They retain possession. Seguiaro. Can he get the kick away? No, he's made a meal of it. And so, again, a clunky set from the Kumuls.
Again, a clunky set where we see a line break, but I just feel like Seguiaro needs to get the ball to his halves on last play and allow them to kick the ball.
Johnny McDonald. This season with the Camden Rams. Here's Singleton.
Reach away. Oh, fellas, wait.
Kate gets the ball out the back. Handed on to Finn. Juggles. Peperangi. Chamberlain. And he's lost it. So both teams with a case of the dropsies. But you hand over possession to this Kumuls outfit too much, and it's inevitable you will pay a hefty price. Still camped in their own 30, PNG, with this gusty breeze at their back. But the halftime score remains, they lead by 2.
Yeah, again, no slickness in that shift to their right-hand side, but I've got to say there, Stargroth, comes up with a lovely hit there to force that error. And again, alleviates the pressure from the Kumuls. We get an opportunity now to get in the opposition half.
Nice and tight, thanks. Lock up inside Island.
Second half.
James in, please.
Completions for the home team. Coach Michael Murray would be disappointed with that. But they're the type of team that probably make more mistakes than their opponents and get out of trouble. Even their depth of talent. Here's McDonald. Page, good left foot step, hasn't he? Burley Bears skipper in the Queensland Cup. Wait on replay. Short side, Arce Boas is looking for one of his 3 quarters. Grix does well under pressure.
Up now, fellas, let's go. Come back, hold.
One of these Welsh forwards, Irish forwards, taking their time to get back behind the ruck. Singleton there, Croc is just leading the field.
That's a monstrous hit there. That right-hand side by Reece Martin. He absolutely towed him up there.
Michael Morgan with that. Singleton now. So I think it was a little more that may have come off. McAloran tries to get a kick in, but gains all of 25 metres, and it goes to this man, Gary Lowe.
Oh my goodness. Lowe comes up with a first play error, and again, the Kumuls get an opportunity to get some great field position, and they surrender possession.
Well, these sort of basic mistakes weren't there last week.
Well, that was pretty much the formula they came up with last week. They kept the Welsh inside their own 30-metre area, came up with a kick where their outside backs could ramp up into the line and get their set started in a very constructive manner. And we see a Kumul there with blood coming out of his head and a HIA.
Luke Page, blood bin, so HIA a free interchange. He'll go and have a bit of work done to that noggin. Stanton Albert comes back into the fray. We keep in mind the significance of this match, given that both teams won on the opening weekend. Whoever wins this match has pretty much secured a place in the quarterfinals and will play the runner-up in Group A, Australia's group, which at the moment would be England. So a fair way to go. Of course, that's assuming both of these teams win their final games. PNG are back here against the United States next Sunday.
And again, Reece, get square, mate.
And the Irish are in Perth against Wales. McCarthy playing first receiver to Peferangi, inside ball to Roberts.
Willie up! Keep working, Reece. Keep working, mate. Hold.
Right in the middle of the ground.
What we saw the Irish do particularly well last week was generate ruck speed, and the Kumuls have done a good job of nullifying that today. Hence the shift plays, obviously Sigurd played there, aren't as effective.
Well, McIlaurin just batted that back and lost about 20 metres for his team. Intention was there. Flat pass forward, I thought, to Michael Morgan. Oh, he's got Kay then also forward, and Chicken pulls up the second one. So last tackle, handover it is. And the score remains PNG 8, Ireland 6. So the first one to Michael Morgan was forward by a metre, the second forward by 3 metres.
Play the ball, mate.
Not like you to exaggerate, Chris. Hey.
I'm just calling it as I said.
Chris and Maddie from the sideline. Looks like Wellington Albert will have no further part in this match this afternoon. He's hyperextended his right ankle and he's in a lot of pain at the moment, so he'll be sitting out this match from the sideline. At halftime, you're right, Michael Marham's biggest disappointment was the handling errors from his boys. Asked them to tidy up on that, and also to get, he was happy with the defense, and he wants go forward in numbers. So you get a little bit of a hit now that the Kumuls starting to come into this match after the dominance from the Irish, which was expected, but they just need to maintain their composure.
Thanks, Steve. And 6 more. 6 more to the Kumuls here. Steve Dawakanura, our man on the ground here in Port Moresby. We thank him for his services. But this game's still a long way to go. As we approach the hour mark.
Release now off the neck.
The contact certainly hasn't diminished. There's some massive hits earlier in this set.
Here's Audio. Well, you can almost tell when Willie Mononga's in there. You just hear it. You hear the thud. Seguiaro. Standing Albert. Can't put the arms free. Watson Holmes. Again, pressure on Brooks. He split the ball. It's come up. And Watson Boas, who he couldn't get through. Got another 6. Well, careful to give a penalty away here. Things are firing up now. Right in the thick of things. I think it's Brad Singleton. Or George King. Penalty to PNG. A leg pull in the end. So nothing to do with the fireworks. Worrying signs you would expect here for Ireland. Can they hang on? This is Ottio.
Ottio, George, up you get, mate.
Wrapped up, Standon Albert. Seguiaro. Boas. At the back, chiming in is David Mead, but there's plenty of green jerseys there.
Timeout, held up, tackle 3.
Well, that's the first real effective shift to that right-hand side that we spoke about before the game. Reece Martin and Mane McDonald over there. And almost the identical replay of the try that that Mead scored last week.
Here's Aton, flat pass. Oh, big shot on Albert. A big don't argue by Oliver Roberts. Seguiaro. Counts the play.
Here coming George. Hold.
Stargroth, a man, is waiting deep out here to the west. Slater gets the kick in, and it's been batted over the dead ball line. Ooh. Deep breath from Shannon McDonald.
Have a look at this. Lovely offload. Oh,
Bushka.
Great hit there.
Didn't miss.
Roberts absolutely nailed it. Well, can the Irish, we saw the New Guinea team hold the Irish out for 3 consecutive sets.
He's getting a bit of treatment. Sorry, Matty, that man that put the big shot on Oliver Roberts, he's in back play, and I think he may have come off second best.
Yes, that's what happens when you tackle concrete. Because they are just such a strong carrier.
And still plenty of vigour in the defence, given we're past the hour mark. And the dropout battles its way into this breeze. Big shot there, that time Singleton with Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Minoga.
Release now! Hold, fellas, hold. Hold.
Segiaro, Marcel Boas. He's halfway through and loses his footing.
Hold the line, hold the line. Go through.
3 gone. Bruce Martin, he can almost smell the try line.
Let's go!
Wrapped up by McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Segiaro from dummy half. Bad pass picked up. Boas puts the kick in. Being ricocheted. It's being ricocheted off the Irish. It's still alive, is it? No.
20. Everything else was backwards off.
Yeah, an opportunity goes begging. The Irish get the ball for a 20-metre restart.
Well, let's tip our cap to the Irish there. That's 3 sets on their own try line. They've come up with some real desperate defence there and managed to hold the Kumuls out on that last play. There was a little bit of a ricochet rabbit, but they dodge another bullet.
Still a long way to go in this match.
Willie off the ball!
Still anyone's game. There is the official Rugby League World Cup website, RLWC2017.com. All the latest news, fixtures, results and standings. That's your go-to place for the World Cup information. Here's George King.
James, give him space!
2-1 if Ireland were to be next to score. That would certainly open this game up. Here's Bricks. Poor kick and unable to handle by PNG. I think the knock-on will go against the Kumuls. Penalty to Ireland as Finn is down receiving some treatment.
Yeah, he's hit just after he passed. I wouldn't say it's high. Let's have a look. Paul Leighton absolutely gets him off his feet. I'm pretty sure it would have been a knock-on anyway. Goodness. Well, there's only a few of us left that look that good, mate.
3-2 interchanges remaining. PNG with 3. He's okay there, Luke Page. Looking a little bit like Hannibal Lecter.
Are you thinking about strutting that look tonight, mate?
Well, I guess desperate measures. So 2 points the margin. 17 remain. Desperate defence required here by the home team.
Willie up! Hold the line, 1 foot.
Single in the play. Gilbert.
Okay, fellas, they go now. Off the arm. Hold the line, go through.
Long ball. McIlroy. Finn, dummies inside. Short ball. McCarthy-Scarsbrook.
Willie sub now, mate. Hold the line. Off it. Off the arm, let go.
He's been busy, hasn't he? Singleton. Been in everything. McIlroy. Coming back to the western side is Finn. He's wrapped up by Boas. It's been taken well. Good take there. The rising ball by Mead.
Showed some great composure there, the Krummels, and Mead's positional play on last play, absolutely perfect. They need to generate some ruck speed and get down the other end of the field at the moment. Because the Irish are just starting to edge their way back into this game.
Got to say, I think most of the crowd, and I would tend to agree, we're sort of waiting for this onslaught of points to come. This big wind advantage to do something for the scoreboard, but it hasn't been that way. Here's Ottio. Last tackle, turnover.
Well,
pretty poor.
You've got a gale behind you and you get caught on last play. It's even worthwhile coming out of your own territory. Have a look at the coach. Yep, I know how that feels. It's always good to have a two-way, just to throw around a little bit, bounce off the walls in that situation as well.
Time on! Let's go!
Those pictures there of Michael Rowe. I mean, it was just dumb football, wasn't it? You've got to use this win.
But as you mentioned, Chris, if you're going to wait till last play, it's sometimes going to be too late. You might as well get on the shoe earlier under less pressure.
Yes, giving it on to Michael Morgan, the namesake of the Kangaroo. He said he wants to make his own name in the game. Garthy Scarsbrook, Philbin. Could play the ball too, Peperangi. Roberts can't handle, Ottio can, inside ball away, Stargothamia with the ball now. The crowd are hoping for something now. Gary Lowell playing. Ottio.
And that typifies what the Krummels are doing. There are a lot of one-out hit-ups, not a lot of movement or decisions to make around the ball at all.
Boas to Martin. Well, they're not going to get it. He's ruled it to be forward. A forward pass there, says Matt Cecchin. So again, a poor way to finish that set, and you get the feeling they're just waiting for this match to be handed to them. Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, that replay shows it perfectly as Boas goes all the way to the line, but there's no defensive decisions for the Irish to make. There's only one player that's going to get that ball. He couldn't really genuinely play at the back.
Chris, you're exactly right. From the sideline, it doesn't look good for the Krummels. They seem to be handing all the opportunities back to the Irish. As a boss, his kicking game has been absolutely terrible in those last three sets. No real pressure on the Irish. So the Krummels need to wake up and put a bit more expansion into the game and get that ball out wide.
Steeble, Mark Aston, I guess he's still got a lot of belief in his team. Hoping they can pull something out of the hat here. Only 2 points adrift. With 12 and a half to play.
Reece, give him room, mate. Hold. Reece, get up!
Good line there by Philbin. Good play the ball. McIlaurin to Finn. McCarthy Scarsbrook. And Morgan will play. This is the last. It's coming back with the breeze. Hard work underneath that, David Mead. Well done. And now the Krummels, they really, Matty Elliott, just need
Get out of the way and let him play
a good solid set with a good kick on the back of it, if not something else.
Yeah, well, there's some concern around the Krummels captain there. As you see him there, just stretching his leg. I don't know if he landed awkwardly or he's got a bit of a cramp. But again, we see a one-out hit up, absolutely no movement around the ball. This will be growing the Irish team's confidence.
So some clouds are creeping over the stadium. The lights have been on for some time. Minoga plays it now. Baptiste. Baptiste away to Aiton. Oh, Minoga He's coughed it up cold. And Ireland have the ball. Michael Morgan with it now. And coming in to wrap him up there is Justin Olam. But another mistake for the home team. That's 17 errors for them in the match, up against 12 for Ireland.
He's out cold. Wait.
Hard to win a match.
Wait. Tackle two.
When you make more errors than your opponent.
You okay?
And they are clinging to this slender 2-point lead.
Just a quick one from the sideline. Chris Luke Page has been cleared by the head injury assessment and is back on the paddock. No stitches, but that wound has been closed.
Thanks, Steve. A good opportunity here for the Irish. Singleton.
Off the arm, release!
Philbin, Peperangi. Back on the inside, Chamberlain.
Last tackle, let go!
Can they hang on here, the Kummels? Finn with the kick in, aiming for the upright. Oh, they're coming in, and Rory McCarthy-Scarsbrook reaches out for the ball. It beats him over the dead ball line. And the Kummels bring it back for a restart on the 20.
As we watch the replay here, oh, McCarthy-Scarsbrook does everything to get himself to the ball and just can't ground it. And yet the tension in the grandstand here is palatable from the crowd. They have the same feeling as you and I, Chris. They're just going to give this game away if they don't finish a set or look after the pill.
Well, here's Mead. He looks to be okay. Under 10 minutes to go. 8-6 they lead. Good run. Stargroth a man at the play. Here's Otio. Looking for a quick play. The ball gets it. Baptiste goes for a run. He's looking for support. He doesn't need it. Yes, he does. He's got Boas. Boas the way to go low. And Low is chopped down 3 metres short. Minoga acting hard. They've got numbers out there. Mead with the ball. Oh, good defence. One-on-one. Great tackle by the captain. He plays the ball. Aton down the short side. Forward pass. Oh, boy. Justin Olam was over for the 4 points, and it's been pulled back.
Well, here's a replay there, and we see Boas go all the way to the line. Referee got it 100% right. What about the scramble defence from the Irish? We see Liam Kay come off the wing, and then his skipper, Liam Finn, comes up with another try saver in the next play. Outstanding stuff from the Irish.
Well, listen to that. Talk about a home ground advantage. Just over 8.5 remain. Still ahead by 2. The winner of this match, as we've said, they've coughed it up. Here's another opportunity for PNG. I don't think I've seen so many errors in a match for some time. That mistake is almost asking the Kummels to come and take the match. Here's Gary Lowe looking for an opening. Grabbed by the collar. Baptiste, Martin can't handle. Well, you talk about maybe a slippery ball, but possibly it's the wind. I just don't know.
Well, 33 errors in a game. It certainly doesn't make for a great spectacle. But now it's just about grit. As we get inside the 8-minute mark, these teams are going to have to work hard to defend their try line.
Well, those smiley faces, they'd be mighty disappointed if they walk away from here empty-handed. As we've said, the winner of this match, in all likelihood, will lock in a berth in the quarterfinals. 7.5 remain.
This side, mate, this side.
The home team up by 2.
Come on. Wait. Off the foot. Play on. Luca! Come, fellas. Come with me.
McDonald, the player.
Release now. Willie, all the way, mate.
Luke Page is made a mistake now, isn't he?
Reach away.
Singleton.
Up now, fellas. Keep coming, Reece.
Here's Roberts. Brooks. No way through. So 35 out. Their last play. Finn goes to the sky. It's a wobbly old kick. Being allowed to bounce. And Minoga comes up with it.
Just a little strategic move there by Michael Maran, where Justin Olam's gone to fullback and Mead's gone over onto that right wing. I don't know whether he has hurt himself or whether fatigue's just started to take hold of him.
Well, Michael Maran will be hoping his team can just play out this set of 6. Use this wind at their back, which is still very strong. Willie McDonald, that's his body half through. Baptiste, one marker, steaming onto it, Page. Down the short side then. Nene, he puts a kick in. It's going to bounce. And it's going to beat them all over the dead ball line. I don't know, his teammates knew that was coming.
Well, it's a fundamental, Chris, particularly at elite level football, is that the play before you kick is just as crucial as the kick. So you set up good field position. And the Irish get a penalty, and they're going to get an opportunity here to steal this game.
Just over 5 remaining.
Up now. What's the problem, Bucky?
Finn will play it. Play adds 10. Tyrone McCarthy at dummy half. Peperangi offloads. Oh, McCarthy's knocked on. Knock on against Ireland. McCarthy not happy, but they are. We expected this to be a close contest. And it certainly is going down to the wire. Yeah. He dropped that cold. Tyrone McCarthy.
No, he's not in, mate.
He won a New South Wales Cup with Illawarra Cutters. He won a Queensland Cup with Northern Pride. Qualifies, his grandfather was born in Munster. Talking of Munster,
Come together,
Luke Page looks like a monster, doesn't he?
Come together. Hop in. Lock, hop in. Wait for the out call.
Nasty.
Here's Ireland. Will 2 points be enough to seal this, or will they go in again? Still plenty of weight in these tackles.
Up now. Hold. Milking.
Page back behind the markers.
Hold the line. Markers blocking. Hold.
So this is the last. Watson Boas with a conservative kick. He finds touch. And it looks like the Kummels are happy to soak up the clock.
Same as down there.
And they'll be in no hurry to pack this scrum. 8 points to 6. Just over 3 out from full time.
Well, the Irish are going to have to take some risks in this last 3 minutes. And again, they're going to have to put that error count aside, try and offload the ball and play some second phase. They're 90 metres away from where they need to be to ice this game.
It's been scrappy, hasn't it? 34 errors in the match.
Out.
And we're not done with yet. Peperangi pulled down on his own 10. Kay monstered over there by McDonald. time. Wayward pass, that's gone forward, I fancy. It's been taken over by Watson Burrows. Is the bounce going to be fine? Oh yes, indeed it is. And Watson Burrows will go in to score for the Crumbles. And but put a full stop on this match. It's been given by Matt Checken, and the crowd going absolutely crazy here in Port Moresby. Come on, Michael Marum, give us a smile. This match now surely is done and dusted.
Well, as we watch the replay, I guess it was inevitable that a try was going to come as a result of an error. And this time it was an Ireland error, not off slick play, but great awareness there from Boas.
Wow, what a try from the PG Kumals. Watson Boas having a tough day in the office, and that just caps off a wonderful day. Both teams expected a grind. It was a grind. Nobody told the crowd, and they've sat here right to the 80th minute for a spectacular result.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. I can assure you of that. Watson Boas. And they are loving every minute of this here in Port Moresby. So 12 points to 6 with just over a minute remaining. It took them a while, didn't it? It looked like they just expected they would win this match. Making 19 errors to 16. Conversion is good. PNG lead Ireland 14 points to 6, and we're into the final minute.
What about the response from the crowd there? Deafening.
How good is it, Matty? I mean, we've both been to so many games of rugby league in all parts of the world, but I've never experienced anything quite like this before.
You know, they're immersed in it every moment of every play, and here comes a short kick-off.
McDonald does well. There'll be no push passes in this final set, I can assure you of that. New Guinea smiles all around. They've beaten Ireland here in Port Moresby by 14 points to 6.
Gee, that was entertaining, wasn't it? The Kumals now in the box seat to finish on top of Pool C, and a quarter-final is looming. And again, there's a couple of results that have to go this way or next weekend, but a quarter-final is looming in the knockout stages against England. Wouldn't that be something? But the Kumals, how about these scenes? I mean, talk about emotion and excitement. It'll be party time in Port Moresby tonight. Rugby league is their national sport, and Liam Finn there congratulating the Kumals. That was exciting from go to woe, and well play to Papua New Guinea. We're not far away from heading to Townsville. Fiji, led by Jared Hayne, and they're taking on the Welsh. Stick with us on this Sunday night.